Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about how we are going to turn up the temperature in our water heater. So we have a water heater in our garage. It's only used for our room above our garage. And so it always smells because the water in the water heater sits too long and we don't run enough water through it, so it smells. So one of the options we got from our plumber is to crank this thing up to 140 degrees because then it'll kill whatever that smelling bacteria type stuff is that's sitting in your water heater when it's not being used as often as you might go through it in your own house. So we have to do two things. This has two temperature things. It's got a top one and a bottom one. We got to adjust the temperature in both the top and the bottom. And so all you really need is a Phillips screwdriver. First things first, cut the power. I did that already. So I cut the power to the breaker. It should be fairly easy to do here. We're just going to take off this front panel, and then there should be some insulation here that kind of keeps it nice and insulated. Look at that, there is. Okay, so I'm just going to pull that up. You probably can't see this, but there's a little knob there, and I'm going to crank that little knob up to 140 degrees. And so that's what I'm going to do. And then I got to do that in the top and the bottom. Were you able to see that really close? Okay. So I just took a regular screwdriver because it's got a little notch there. And I'm just going to crank this up to 140. Now, obviously, if you have little kids in your house and other problems like that, don't kick it up to 140 degrees because you just don't want somebody to end up burning themselves or things like that. It says at 140 degrees you can get burns in 5 seconds. If I stick my hands in hot water that's 140 degrees for more than 5 seconds, maybe it's an issue, right? I will pull my hands back quicker if it's that hot. So anyways, that's it. I'm just going to tuck this all back in here really quick. All right, I put the cap back on, and now I'm going to do the bottom. And so the bottom heater that's right here. There we go. Pull that up. Try not to drop your screws. Work it up nice and slow. And there is your knob right there. And if you can zoom in really close to that, here, let me see if I can light it with my other phone here. Do you see the 140 degrees? That's what we're turning that little like thing on the right hand side there. We're going to turn it till it hits that. Okay. So I'll take my screwdriver, my flathead. Okay, so that's it. That's how easy it is to turn up your water heater to 140 degrees if you just like hotter water. So, you know, I did this for my father-in-law. He wanted hotter water in his house, so I turned it up to 135, so his whole house was hotter. So if you want to make your whole house hotter, or in our case, you have a room that's not being used as much and you don't want that smell that you get from not using the water as much, you want to crank it up to 140 degrees. If you have little kids, be cautious with that. If you turn it up, make sure you either adjust it inside their tub or that sort of thing, so you can adjust it within the handle of the tub or whatever you do, but just make sure that you know that it's at 140 degrees for little kids. So that's it. Subscribe to my channel. If you're looking at turning up your water heater to get rid of your smell, this is the way to do it. And then I'll just flip the power back onto the water heater and we're good to go.